Okay, here's a little video for people who may be visiting Nemberala. You can see a main break out on the right hand side there. The point, pyramids, mountain and bananas. They're the four sections, they sometimes join up. I was winging, so you can see that track that I took. I'd start in front of the Nemberala Beach Resort, which was near where I was staying at Anugerah. That shot's facing south, so the wind's coming from the southeast, so that lined up nicely with the spit. I'd head out there, then down the back of the reef, past the main breaks into the channel, and back across if the tide was high enough. So here I am starting. You can see it was a bit of a slow start. I'm a bit offshore by the time I catch enough wind to get going. But eventually I get away from the land a bit and start heading out through the spit. It's a pretty calm day today. On a big day, I wouldn't go out through the spit. It'd be, white water all the way across it, even on the high tides. But today is just, a couple of foot. So it's quite cruisy, quite defined, deeper section in the reef. Get out, so I come out through the spit, and then there is a bit of swell, so there is a bit of rolling going on, bit of wind chop, so I take it fairly easy. I'm going to put it down on the water for my jibe, and then I'll start heading north along the back of the reef section there. So I might speed it up a bit. Okay, now I'm buzzing down the back of the reef here and come past the point, pyramids, mountain, bananas. So I end up in bananas, and I am trying to catch this wave, but I stuff it up. I go a bit too on the wind. Wasn't really a lot of power in the wave. Catch a rail, down I go. But I didn't realise that I had a slow leak in the wing, had a couple of holes in the wing, maybe from travel. I had it put in the front of the board bag. So a couple of slow leaks there, and it was slowly deflating. And I was struggling to get back on the foil. So of course the inevitable happens, because by now I'm getting deeper and deeper inside. So here we go. Thought I had a good hold on the wing. I've got my hand on the front handle. So there's me, the board, the foil, the wing, all tumbling through the white water. I edited that down a bit, went on for a bit longer than that. Then I popped up, and the wing was about 6 meters away, luckily in between gusts. So I swam over there and retrieved it, and now I'm finding my way to the channel. Put in a couple of extra paddles to be sure, and then I'll stop for a breather and have a look at the damage. And she's the foil cut clean through the wrist leash. Could have been a lot worse, but so anyway, I've now tethered the board leash through a loop in my belt onto the wing, and figured I'd try and get going. But of course I get another big gust and I have a stack, and now I've lost the board as well. So now I'm neither tethered to the wing or the board. I'm 500 meters plus offshore in the channel. No one's around. You saw no one's on the break because the tide was a bit high for that low swell. So the wind's quite offshore, so you know I'd be way down the beach if I kept on that line. But I thought I'll just sit on the board and just track myself over, you know, see how close I can get to shore. It's going to be a long journey. And then I go, look, I'm just going to cut my losses here. And I was on track here for the bridle of Loney, which was unoccupied. So I get on there, start by tying off the board, and then I start deflating the leading edge a bit just so I can get under the safety of Loney, and then I start looking around for who I can flag down. And I notice these guys over on the good ship ISIS, the couple of Kiwis. So yeah, don't know what they interrupted, but they were cleaning up and they're going to give me a run to shore. So here I am. Gav has just dropped me off back at shore. I'm back on the golden white sandy beaches. I'm in front of the Tealand Resort, and I start legging it back down. So this is the shipwrecks bar, the shippies, or the boatman's bar, I should say. The boaties is a good place to meet the locals. They're usually sitting around with a bottle of Singaraja beer or Bintang beer and just sharing it. So you can meet the local boat captains there late at night. This is the seaweed farmers. So all the seaweed, you get green seaweed and brown seaweed. Yeah, they pull around those plastic half 44s, the blue drums, the blue tubs. They drag them around and harvest seaweed and tether it to lines out over the reef to grow it, and then bring it up to these racks and dry it and then bundle up and sell it. This one's the Shipwrecks bar coming up. This is the NRL bar for NRL lovers. Part of every game will be on there. It's a bit Aussie, you know, burgers and fries. The indie bar on the other side of Anuga is pretty much the same, but that's got AFL. Beyond there is where the Nemberala Beach Resort, the other side of the indie bar, which is at Villa Santai. And then you come to the Nemberala Beach Resort, which was having the free yoga sessions a few times a week at 4:30 p.m. with Lara. And Dino from the indie bar, on that original map, there was a spot called Dow, an island off the south. You chuck in $50 each. Dino, that's the indie bar straight ahead there. I'm back at Anuga now. Dino will take you down there to catch a wave when it's 8 foot and fat out the front. So let's have a look at some shots of fat wave. So this is double overhead plus, and you can see how fat, it won't kill you. Get in there, big fat wave. The end. See ya.